name is Jill, and we are here for AM alignment. Any requests?
My wrist.
Your wrists? We'll do some wrist work. Got it.
Lower back.
You got it. I remember last week. All right. Let's start on our back then. Come to any position on your back that feels comfortable to you. Now, you may want to have your legs straight, like Shavasana. You may want your knees bent with the feet on the floor. You may want feet together, knees apart, in Supta Vinyasa. Make sure your body is aligned evenly, right to left side. Take a moment to notice the position of the head and the neck. If your chin is pointing up towards the ceiling, bring it down so the chin is more towards the front of the room, closer to the throat, and the back of the neck can be long and relaxed. Start to let the outer edge of the shoulders and upper arms melt to the floor. Take a moment to relax the features of the face, letting go of any particular expression from the features. Smoothing your forehead. Relax the crease between the eyebrows. And let your eyes relax deeply in their sockets, keeping the webbing of the eyelids even and soft. Relax your cheeks. Soften the lips and the corners of the mouth. Relax the hinge of the jaws. Let your neck and your throat relax. Relax the outer edge of the shoulders and the upper arms just a little more. Relaxing the entire length of your arms, the palms, and the fingers. Relax the back body to the floor. With each exhale, allowing a little bit more of your back to touch the floor. Grounding to the hips and the glutes. Relaxing the legs all the way down to the soles of the feet. Scanning your whole body, head to toe and toe to head. Just noticing how your body is feeling this morning without any attempt to change or fix anything. Just allowing yourself to notice what is and to be okay with that. Begin to bring awareness to the feel of the flow of your breath. Feeling it come in through the nose, expanding belly, chest. Exhaling, navel to spine, squeezing the air out. Begin to notice the feel allowing it all to become a part of your meditation, anchoring you in the here and the now. Letting go of all thoughts of the past, all thoughts and plans for the future. And for the next short while, allow yourself to be present in body and breath, cultivating a clear and present mind. Keeping your eyes closed if you like, or you can softly open them. Let's gently press the back of the head into the floor. Maybe 20, 30% or so energy, effort. Just enough so that you feel the muscles of the neck and the upper back begin to engage and fire up. And then slowly, keeping this light pressure, or even lighter if you need, begin to roll your head side to side. You can go extra slow over any tense parts. Gently massaging the back of the head into the floor. Waking up and releasing tension from this typically very tense area of the neck and the upper back. As you press the head and gently rock it side to side, notice your shoulders. If your shoulders tense up a lot, and if so, can you relax the shoulders a bit more as you continue to move the head very gently? Are you starting to feel sensation anywhere else in the body, maybe a little lower down the back, maybe in the neck itself or the upper back? Just kind of exploring how your neck, your upper back, and shoulders are feeling at this moment. And we're going to arrive back in the center. And on an exhale, relax and release all tension. Melt your upper back and shoulders to the floor. Just notice how that feels. Is there a little relief or release there? And we'll bring our arms a little more out to the sides of the body like a T. Bend the knees if they are not already. Your feet on the floor. And another favorite warm-up of mine, we're just going to rock the knees to the right side, pressing the left foot into the floor, lifting the left hip. And exhale through center, the knees go to the left side, press into the right foot, the right hip lifts. And release. Go at a pace that feels good to you. You can start out a little slower and really stretch and unwind the body. And then if you like, you can always pick up a little more pace in the knees if it feels good to you. Imagine at this point in our practice that we're just lying in bed, waking up from a nice nap or a long, comfortable night's sleep. Maybe you make some audible exhales like sighs or yawns. Trying to almost create an unwinding sensation with the twist. And then we're going to add on from here by extending the top leg. So the next time the knees go to the right, the top leg, the left leg extends. And then you switch to the other side. to create release and some adjustments in the low back area. The exhale really does help, and nobody cares if it's a really loud exhale, especially if you brushed your teeth this morning. If you didn't, we're facing up at the ceiling. So the next time your right leg extends to the left, just pause there. Let your left leg be as relaxed as you need it to be, so maybe the knee bends quite a bit here. And then once your legs are comfortable, just roll your head to the left. And try to be in the most relaxed, spacious twist that you can be in at this moment. Take a few nice, conscious, deep breaths. Filling up with the inhale and melting into the twist with the exhale. Turn your face to the ceiling. And switch your legs. Right leg extends over to the left. Let it relax and soften so that it is just super relaxed, and roll your head to the right. Let your face relax. Soften the crease between the eyebrows. Let your jaws relax. And then turn your face to the ceiling. Bring your knees to center and give them a little squeeze in and up. So as the knees are closer to the body when we rock, we're getting more into that mid-back. And then you can either hold the knees still or let go of the knees and start to trace circles in the air with your knees. Connecting with your abdominals here as the knees go away from the chest, engaging the core. And then let's switch direction as we continue to circle. Maybe you're going a little more slowly over any tense areas. And let's bring the knees back to center and extend your legs towards the ceiling. Flex your feet, squeeze your inner thighs together. Feel your legs light up. Reach the arms up to the ceiling, interlace your fingers, release the index fingers, thumbs crossed. This is Kali Mudra. Keep your right leg extended, lower your left leg to a hover. Point your fingers to the outside of the right leg, and we're going to take some crunches here. Begin with an inhale, and exhale, start to crunch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shoulders down, left leg up. Find the engagement, squeeze your inner thighs. Trying to keep the engagement of the inner thighs. Lower the right leg to a hover. Still energetically hugging the legs in towards each other. Point your hands to the outside of the left foot. Breathe in and begin. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shoulders down, both legs up. Keeping your feet flexed, we're just going to open up to a straddle here, pointing your fingers in between the legs. Last set, take a breath in and begin. 20, 9, 8, 7, down, legs up. Hug your knees into your chest. Hold it behind the knees. Let's start to rock and roll, safe from the shoulders. Just roll as much as it feels good to you. You can really go high on the shoulders. If it feels nice, if it doesn't, that's fine. And let's rock all the way up to seated. Bring your feet together, knees apart, for Baddha Konasana, or bound ankle pose. You might want to rock a little side to side to lift the glutes out of the way, or you can just use your hand to lift the glutes. Bring your hands to wherever is comfortable to you on the legs. Take an inhale breath, and as you exhale, start to fold forward. Lead with your chest first, and then once you can't go any further forward with a straight spine, then you can tuck the chin in, round down. You may decide that you want to bring your hands or your forearms to your inner legs and gently press them down to the floor. This posture focuses a lot on the hips and low back, and on the inner groin as well. Let's start to walk our hands forward as much as you can here. Just creeping through the fingertips, trying to find a little bit of space around the scapula. Walk the hands over to the right side. Doesn't have to be a lot, it can be just a little bit. Lengthening from the left fingertips to the left hip. So sometimes we do this in a child's pose, where you get this nice sort of sacral low back stretch when you do it in this posture as well. Slowly come back through center, and then walk the hands over to the left side of it. Try to create as much length as you can between right hip and right fingertips. Center, and inhale, round up to a seated position, stacking the spine vertebra by vertebra. So we are going to take the pinky toe edge of the right foot and place it just in the crease here. So this is like a very gentle, mild version of the fire log or the double pigeon pose. And then lift your hips up and set them down so they're nice and even. If this is a little challenging for you, you can just sit in easy pose, or you may want to put a block between your foot and the shin. We are going to do a Kapalabhati, breath of fire breathing exercise here. We'll start taking a breath in, exhale completely, and then do little pumps. Exhale through the nose while we pump our stomach. It's going to look a little bit like this. Sounds a little funny. It's not too hard to do. Once you get into it, focus only on the exhales. So we're going to start with our hands next to our hips for the inhale, and then ground forward like cat as we exhale, and then we'll do the breathing exercise. So take an inhale breath, lengthen your spine. Exhale, round forward, and then let's begin. 1. Inhale, straight spine. And exhale. We are going to bring the hands back to the hips and switch out the legs. So it might be fun just to do a little practice of a boat and then switch out your legs. Lift the hips and set them down. One more set, Kapalabhati, breath of fire. Inhale, straight spine. Exhale, round. Begin. Inhale, straight spine. Relax your shoulders. Let's just come for a moment into just a typical easy seated posture. If you prefer something like a half lotus, that's fine as well. And we're gonna start to just stretch out the side body a little bit. Bring the left hand to the floor. Inhale, reach your right arm up and over. Press into the left hand, press into the right hip, and lengthen through the right fingertips. Inhale, bend the right elbow, rotate back, look over the shoulder. Exhale, right elbow, left knee. Inhale, open up. Exhale, elbow to knee. One more, inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee. Pause here. Press the elbow into the knee, draw the navel to the spine, turn and look over your left shoulder. Just gently switch, right hand down, left arm reaches. Press into the right hand, press into the left hip, and lengthen through the left fingertips. Inhale, bend the elbow, rotate back. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, open up. Exhale, elbow to knee. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee. Pause here. If possible, press the elbow into the knee. Draw the belly in. Look past your right shoulder. And let's release, coming back through center. Let's bring the hands to the front of the knees or the shins, wherever is comfortable for you for some seated cat and cow. On the inhale, bring your chest forward, shoulders back. Exhale, round, chin to chest. Move with your breath here. Inhaling forward. Exhaling round. If you want to add in some arm movement, you can inhale, cactus arms, and exhale, forearms together and down. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, close the front body. Let your exhale be like you're almost doing a little bit of an abdominal crunch here. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. Couple more. Let's come back to a straight spine. Relax the head, relax the shoulders. Let's rock forward, coming into hands and knees. Or a tabletop pose. All right, so we're just gonna do a couple cat and cows, and then we're gonna modify our cat and cow. So as you inhale, come into your cow, tailbone lifts, navel to the floor, chest forward, look. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, navel to spine, round your shoulders, chin to chest. One more just like this. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Now, tuck your toes under. Slide your hands a couple inches closer to your knees and come on to tented fingertips. As we inhale, focus mainly on the chest, bringing the chest forward, look up. And as you exhale, round, push the floor away. Round the shoulders and upper back. Tuck the tailbone. Inhale, little baby cow. Exhale, round the spine and press into the floor. Press into your toes. One more. Inhale, cow. Exhale, arch into cat. Really find that rounding. Then release the feet. Sit back on your heels as long as it's comfortable for you. If not, you can sit any way that's comfortable in Sukhasana, easy seated pose. And we're going to bring our hands forward, flex the hands. So inhale, press your hands away from you, scapula wide. Exhale, draw the shoulder blades together. Inhale, press. Exhale, shoulder blades together. Inhale, press. This is your plank. Exhale, this will be your chaturanga shoulders. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. That's one. Inhale. Exhale. Reach the arms up. Once again, palms up. So this is a good handstand prep as well here. So try to keep your palms like you're pressing up onto the ceiling. Inhale, lift your arms up, palms up. Exhale, draw them back down. Inhale, scapula lift. Exhale, scapula lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Let's release the arms. Ooh, and maybe we circle our wrists a little bit, because this is also a bit of wrist work. So let's come off the knees just a little bit, and we're going to continue to stretch out the wrists a little bit before we get moving. So place the top of one hand, maybe the left hand, on the floor, and gently press into the top of the wrist. And it's not too much of your weight here, just a little bit of a stretch. And then let's switch and do the right hand. So this can be kind of an intense stretch. We spend a lot of time with our hands flexed in the flex position, fingertips towards the forearm, rather than this position. Let's switch, and then we're going to do both hands, bringing your fingers almost to touch your knees here. Take an inhale breath, and as you exhale, bend your elbows out to the side and rock to the pinky finger edge of your hands. And then inhale, rock towards the thumbs. Ooh, exhale to the pinky finger edge. And inhale towards the thumbs. One more time. Exhale to the pinky finger edge. Inhale towards the thumbs. And then let's release, bringing our hands back down to the floor. And do some little circles here, circling your wrists. Let's circle in the opposite direction. And then coming back to your table, let's turn the fingertips maybe more towards your knees. And if this is a good stretch, you can stay here, or you can start to bring your hips back towards your heels. And just notice how that feels. Press into your fingertips as well here. Beautiful. And then let's release. Coming back into our tabletop, feet and knees hip distance apart. Glide your hips back towards your heels. And then walk your hands forward. Keeping your forehead and your forearms floating off the floor here, or above the floor. And really trying to find your maximum length between hip inhale breath, rounding forward like cat pose. Once your shoulders step over the wrists, we're going to continue to let the hips come forward. Chest through the biceps, eye gaze lifts. Exhale, tuck the chin, round the shoulders, hips to heels. Let's go through twice more. Rolling wave, inhaling forward. And exhale back. One more time, inhale forward. And exhale back. As you exhale back, you can pause briefly in a child's pose. Let the forehead rest. And we're going to start to come through table. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, hips up and back into down dog. Take a moment here, pedal it out a little bit. Bend your knees, right and left. Take an inhale breath, lift both heels. Exhale, press the heels towards the floor. Just do this a few times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press, breathing into the calves, the hamstrings, the back of the legs. And inhale, lift the heels. And start to look forward and take little tiny steps towards the front of your mat. So we're about hip distance between our knees and our feet. Bend the knees. Rest your stomach on your thighs. Let your head and your arms hang heavy. Maybe you reach for opposite elbows. More biceps here. Release the arms. Press into the feet. Start to tuck your tailbone and inhale, round up. Vertebra by vertebra. When you find yourself in standing, let's bring our feet a little closer together for Tadasana, mountain pose. Contract your thighs. Draw the navel in towards the spine. You can inhale, lift your shoulders up. Exhale, bring the shoulders together and down the spine. Energize your abdominals here, magnetizing your bottom rib to your hip. So if you notice that your rib is kind of lifted, we're magnetizing that close. Lengthen through the crown of the head. We're going to continue with a little bit of an expansion and contraction here in standing. So as we inhale, let's bring our arms wide, chest opens, front of the body opens. And as you exhale, bend the knees round like you're in a chair holding a beach ball. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. Inhale, expand. Opening up. Exhale, contract, drawing in. A couple more times. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale, contract. Squeeze your knees and thighs together. Draw your belly in. Let's bring our arms a little bit more forward. And inhale, lift the chest. Open up. Find your weight in your heels. Let your toes be a little bit light here. Navel to spine. Let your tailbone stretch a little bit more towards the floor. Breathe in. Lift your chest higher. Exhale. Hold. Inhale, straighten the legs. Lift halfway and reach your arms back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, back to your chair. And exhale. Inhale, halfway lift, arms back. And fold. This is our movement. Inhale, chair. And fold. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair. Fold. And now working those legs. Chair. Fold. Halfway lift. Fold. Two more. Chair. Fold. Halfway lift. Fold. Last set. Chair. Fold. Halfway lift. Fold. Whew. Bend your knees a little bit, right and left. Maybe shake out your head, some yes and some no's. And take an inhale, let's lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, arms over the head. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Shift your weight into the left leg. Inhale, reach your arms up and float your right thigh up. Foot is flexed. Cross your right foot above the left knee and let the right knee open here. You can sit here or you can sit back like you're in a little chair. Beautiful. Then we're gonna float the right thigh back up again. And exhale, sweep the arms back, right leg back, just briefly, and touch down. Crescent lunge. Reach your arms up. As you exhale, twist to the left, left arm back, right arm forward. Inhale, we're gonna reach the right arm up, left hand might touch the right leg. We're getting a little bit more twisty here. And then inhale, come forward. Crescent lunge, both arms up. Exhale, start to open up into warrior two. Arms open like a T, shoulders away from the ears. Let's flip the left palm. Inhale, reach forward, up and back, reverse warrior. With each inhale breath, try to find length from left hip to fingertip. And with each exhale, settle back into the shape. One more breath in. And on an exhale, come into extended side angle. The left forearm can rest on the left thigh. The right arm reaches over the right ear. You can also bring the left fingertips towards the floor. This is nice because you can press the left tricep into the left leg and get that spiral of the chest, rotating right shoulder back. Inhale into a reverse triangle. So we're going to reach the left arm up and woo, straighten out the left leg. Now stretching from the heel to the fingertips. Inhale, come to standing, bring your arms to a T, and lengthen your left fingertips forward. Exhale into triangle. Reach the arms into two opposite directions. So you can just hover. You can have your hand on your shin or your ankle, or you can touch your fingertips to the floor. Do what feels the nicest to you. A lot of times I like to hover. I feel like my alignment is the best and I'm building strength as well. But you can also give yourself a little support with the hand on the leg or the block. Let's inhale, come back up to standing. Soften your left knee just a bit so you can turn your toes to face the long edge of the mat. Let's take the hands behind the hips, interlace the fingers, draw the shoulder blades together and down the spine. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, start to tuck the chin, rounding down. Whew. Everyone's hips popping. It's like popcorn. Mine popcorn triangle. And let your arms travel away from the hips as much as feels good to you here, stretching out the shoulders. If it doesn't feel so good, you can release the bind and have your hands on the floor. Keep shifting more weight towards the balls of the feet. And then to release the bind, just bring your hands back towards your hips and soften the elbows. And then let's gently release the hands down. Inhale, lift up halfway, creating a flat back. And then we're going to start to bend the knees right and left. Just stretching as much as it feels good with the hips and the groin. And if it feels good to you, you could also go into half squats, coming really low, straightening one leg, toes to the ceiling. Going side to side in your half squats. You just want to do what feels good. Just try to balance it out, right to left side. And then we'll come back to center. Bring the right hand under the heart, right in the center, and then inhale, reach your left arm up and twist. Look at the floor, bring your left hand down under the heart space. Inhale, the right arm up and twist. Let's bring the right hand down. We're going to walk our hands to the left, turning and pivoting. Low lunge, left foot forward. Plant your hands under the shoulders, take a big step back, high plank. You can lower chaturanga or knees down, chest down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Notice how you're feeling. We've done a whole sequence on one side, so you may feel a little bit unbalanced at this moment. So take an inhale breath and lift the heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward step, or float to Vinyasa, squat. You can rock around if that feels good for a moment. Before you settle in to Malasana, maybe hands to heart. It's perfectly fine to have the heels very lifted here, if you like, or the heels may touch the floor. It just depends on how your body is feeling today, the shape of your bones, many, many things. Take an inhale breath, and on an exhale, bring your right hand in front of your right leg, and then take your left hand to your left leg, and gently press it away from you. Your arm may not come straight. You might just be pressing it a little bit with a nice bend in your elbow. And then let's release. Bring the left hand in front of the left leg or the left arm, and the right hand to the right leg, and gently open the hip. Center, press into the floor, lift the hips and heel, fall, toe the feet in, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to standing, arms over the head. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Shift your weight into the right leg. Inhale, left thigh lifts, foot is flexed. Arms reach up just because it helps for balance. If you want to keep your hands at heart, that's fine. Let's cross left ankle above the right knee. Take a moment and let the left hip open, pressing the knee back towards the back of your mat. And then if you like, you can sit down like you're in a chair. And we're going to float the thigh back up. touch the left leg, and maybe you look back for your left heel. Squeeze your legs together to find your balance. Hug to the midline. Inhale, release, back to center, crescent lunge. Exhale, open, warrior two. You may need to widen your stance, shoulders soften away from the ears. Flick your right palm, inhale, reach forward, up and back to reverse warrior. You're gonna breathe here for just a moment or two. Each inhale, lengthen the right side body. Each exhale, soften into the legs. One more breath in. Exhale, come into extended side angle. Right forearm, right thigh, left arm reaches over the left ear. You can also have right fingertips towards the floor or touching the floor here. Inhale into reverse triangle. The right leg straightens as the right arm reaches up and back. Try to find your length. Cross the right hip, the right side body. Inhale, straight spine, arms like a T. Start to lengthen your right fingertips forward and exhale to triangle. Reach and stretch the two arms, floor to ceiling in opposite directions. Maybe looking up for the left thumb. Let's inhale to standing, arms like a T. Soften the right knee a little bit so that you can turn and pivot toes towards the long edge of the mat. This time, let's just bring the hands to the hips for a forward fold. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen. And exhale, fold forward. Now, you can have your hands wherever you like here. They can be on the floor. You could be holding your big toes. You could hold the heels or the back of the legs and sort of pull up on the calf muscles to take you a little deeper. If the forehead or the crown of the head rests on the floor very easily, maybe you want to tuck the chin and try to bring your head in between the legs a little bit more. Release the hands to the floor if they're not there already, and come to a halfway lift. So we are going to do some hip work and also maybe work on our firefly. So when the hands are to the floor, bring them sort of close into your feet, and then walk your feet in so they're just a bit wider than your hands. And then we're going to lift up the right leg, just the right heel, so the ball of the foot is still on the floor. Take your right hand, I like to use this sort of L between the index finger and the thumb, and bring it behind your heel. And then you're going to pivot heel in, toe in. Lift it up one more time, maybe the shoulder gets a little closer under, heel in, toe in. So that's one side. See if we can get the other. Lift the heel up, bring the hand behind heel, heel in, toe in. Lift it, heel in, toe in. This is, woo, it's a doozy. Stay here if you like. If you want to try more, keep hugging your legs in towards the shoulders. Place your hands on the floor and bend your elbows so that you can kind of sit the hamstrings on the triceps. And then maybe you just want to try to lock your feet together, hook your feet, and lift. Yes. Great job. Yeah, we're getting it. Well, I'm going to look and I'm going to follow my butt. Yes, Susie, perfect. Or if you want, you can open up to firefly. Or, you know what, if you fall on your butt, it's like really not that far on your butt. It has cushion. I think we'll be okay. Nice. We're just going to come and meet back in that forward forward fold, bend a little bit. Well, we can do some more wrist stuff too. And then if you're feeling up, we're going to take that vinyasa, pivoting to the right. Step back to plank. Lower, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Knees to the floor, hips to the heels. Child's pose. If you like, you can take hands, palms together behind the head, like a little shark fin. And that can feel nice on the shoulders. And then let's press up to seated on the heels. If that is comfortable for you, it is a bit of stretch on the top of the ankles and the shins, and we're gonna, stretch out the wrists one more time. So bring your hand forward, and we're just gonna, one at a time, draw the fingers back gently. When we get to the thumb, support your thumb and then press your hand forward. So we're not actually drawing the thumb back, we're pressing the rest of the hand forward as we hold the thumb. And then release, and let's do this side. Pinky finger, ring finger, little finger, index finger. Some of them are a little crunchy. And then support your thumb and press the arm forward. And then maybe do some circles in both directions. Bring your hands forward, and we're just gonna pulse the knuckles up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knuckles down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out to the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. To the center. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Center, up, out, down. Center, up, out, down. Down, out, up, center. Down, out, up, center. And just let your hands move a little bit. I like to do a few sharp flicks. I've learned that in my teacher training, but then I've since heard from other people that the sharp flicks aren't that good. If it feels good to you, do it. Sometimes even if you get them going kind of fast and just let the hands like, woo, like it feels weird, but it is really good for the wrist. All right. And then let's come back to a down dog. Maybe from your table to down dog. Pedal it out a little bit. Let's take an inhale, we're going to lift our heels. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or float to Malasana. This time in our Malasana, we're going to walk our feet close together, come onto the balls of the feet, and have the heels touching. It's almost like our toes are kind of out at 45 degrees, our heels are touching. So our inhale as we lift the hips up, exhale as we lower them down. Inhale, exhale. Strong breath. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's to tuck the tailbone, round the spine, round the shoulders, and then inhale, the chest lowers. Smoothing the spine, vertebra by vertebra. Try to slow your heart rate down, slow your breath down with a gentle wave. Three, two, last one, and fold. Soften the knees, slowly round, up to standing, vertebra by vertebra. Finding your Tadasana, the mountain pose. Weight even on all four corners of the feet. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step back to plank. And lower all the way to the belly. Inhale, lift the chest, come into Sphinx on your forearms. Let's bring the left leg out to half frog. And maybe you walk the right leg out a little bit as well, if that feels good to you. Feeling into your hip and your back. And if it feels good to you, you can inhale and lift up. Coming off the forearms. You walk your hands in a little closer to the body. It's up to you. Just whatever, again, feels good. This is a good one for sciatica. Really anything around the hip and low back. If you like, you can extend your half frog leg. Really only if it feels good to you. It's nothing that's absolutely necessary. This is a posture when you're doing it very gently, maybe not lifting like this when you're on your forearms or using a bolster underneath you. You could do this more as a yin pose and hold it for a couple minutes, like maybe a commercial length of time or something. You're just hanging out at home. And then slowly bend the leg and come back down. Well, straighten the left leg. You might want to wiggle your hips a little bit if you're feeling any tension. And then bring your right leg into half frog. You may want to walk the left leg out if you're feeling sort of compressed or tight in the low back or groin area. You might just want to open up the left leg a bit. And once again, bring your awareness in to the lower back and the hip area, the lower abdominals. And if you're feeling good and you want to lift up, you can go ahead and do that. If you like, you can always extend your right leg a little bit, all the way. brief moment, let's bring the hands out a little wider with the middle fingers pointing out towards the upper corners of the mat. And we're going to take a seal pose. Inhale, lifting up as long as it feels good for you. Let your shoulders soften away from the ears, sliding them down and back. Press into your pubic bone a little bit here. Feel your lower back lengthen. If you like, you can even release the chin to the chest. Getting some stretch in the back of the neck here. And then exhale, breath slowly, lower down. Stack your hands. Rest your forehead or maybe the side of your face on your hands. Bring our chin forward. Bend your knees. And reach back for your feet or your ankles. We are going to work on bow pose, and we're going to work on it in 2 stages. For the first stage, try to keep your thighs on the floor and just press your shins back. So we're going to inhale and just keep the shins back. Try to keep your thighs as much as possible on the floor. Just first kicking back. And exhale, lower down. If you can, keep a hold of your feet. If you need to let go of them, that's fine for a moment. So the next time, we're going to inhale, kick the shins back. And on the exhale, we lift the thighs, making it 2 distinct movements. So let's start with inhale, kick the shins back. Exhale, lift your thighs up. Hopefully that's feeling really nice. Let's lower down, release the feet, windshield wiper them out a bit. If you want to try just one more time to really imprint, we'll do one more time. If you want to just relax for the second set, go ahead and relax. So if you're doing the second set, let's reach back for the feet or the ankles. Take an inhale breath, kick the shins back. Exhale, thighs lift. I find for myself that it's a little easier to get the correct form, and you find your place on the belly a lot easier than rolling around. Let's slowly lower down. Stack your hands and windshield wiper the legs. Bow is a pose that's extremely beneficial for your back, and it's also good for the front body as well, but it can be a little uncomfortable, especially at different points in your cycle. If you have a cycle, sometimes it can feel like more pressure than others. And on those days, it's okay to do much less. Let's release our legs and bring the hands under the shoulders, press back into a wide V child's pose. Big toes together, knees maybe mat distance apart. Stretching out from tailbone to fingertips. And then slowly move into our relaxed down dog. Hands shoulder distance apart, feet hip distance apart, all 10 fingers energized. Let's inhale to lift the heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or float to a seated position in the middle of the mat and roll around to your back. Once you're on your back, just bring your knees into your chest and away from the chest to massage closer to the tailbone. And then as you're rocking, you can bring your knees a little closer to your body, massaging up towards the lower back. And you can just kind of do this rocking, letting the knees move forward and back. When you find like a sweet spot, a really good place, you can just pause there a bit. And then let's start to circle the knees, focusing more on the outer rim of the sacrum. The sacrum is 5 fused bones near the base of the spine, just above the lumbar and above your tailbone. And these bones, because they are separate bones, but they are fused together, let's change sides. Sometimes they can get a little bit stuck. We don't necessarily want them to move. They're meant to be fused together, but we don't want them to be stuck either. It's that beautiful balance between strength and flexibility. Our tensegrity. The tension, tensile integrity of our body. Let's cross the right leg over the left. And then we're going to just lift the hips and scoot them a few inches to the right side. And exhale, let your knees release to the left side. Is that good?
Yes.
Okay. I was going to say, if it's good, you can stay. It's a very intense, deep twist. If it's not so good, you don't have to scoot the hips to the right. The more you bring the left hip under the right, the deeper your twist will be. So pretend your Goldilocks, and you're trying to find that just right spot in your twist. And then let yourself relax there. Once you find the good spot, take a few deep breaths. Maybe you sigh and let it out. Let's turn the face to the ceiling. Lift your knees and ravel the legs, and then slide your hips back to center so your spine is in a nice straight line. The left leg crosses over the right, and then the hips can slide a few inches to the left as you lower the knees to the right. Just aim to find your just right place in the twist. You can adjust your left arm a bit, so even the left shoulder is a little more comfortable. Maybe bring it lower or higher. And you can let your head roll to the left if you like. Then relax as best you can when you're all twisted up. Let your inhalation expand the rib cage, the lungs, the chest. And let the exhale soften you into the twist. Slowly turn your face to the ceiling, releasing the twist, unraveling the legs, and slide your hips back to center. Take a moment to lengthen the neck, tuck your scapula under the back, the outer edge of the shoulders and the upper arms mount to the floor. And then we're going to extend the legs. And we're going to do a little bit of toe tapping before we finally come into our Shavasana. So get your upper body all set and your feet about hip distance apart. And we're going to start to bring the big toes in to tap and then open. So we're just going to just find a rhythm here, bringing the big toes in towards each other. Just kind of almost windshield wipering the legs in the hip socket. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Just lap the legs. Flop. As you arrive in Shavasana, your final rest, let your body be as still as you possibly can. Let your breath be relaxed and easy. With no particular breathing technique, just let it be natural. And as you rest in your Shavasana, taking in all the benefits of your hard work in class this morning, I'd love to read a poem, Nikita Gill, still on her, How to Be Strong. There are no rules. You are already strong. Even when you fall apart in the most public place you know, even when your knees hit the floor and your trauma meets you in floods, even when your body racks with sobs fashioned in the belly of a tsunami, even when the sorrow feels like the endless nature of drowning, your grit is right there inside you. Your strength is always within you, always to call up when you want to. And besides, didn't anyone ever tell you that endurance, that resilience, that strength looks so different on us all? On some, it looks like still waters, and on others, it looks like a dam bursting as the water falls. Begin to find some movement in your body. Whatever your body needs, maybe you just wiggle your fingers and your toes, or shift around a little bit. If you like, you can circle wrists, ankles. Maybe you want to make some fists and release, or point and flex feet. Maybe you want to crack your knuckles. Do whatever feels nice to you at this moment. When you're ready, take a full body stretch, lengthen everything out. And on an exhale, draw your knees in and roll to the side. Arriving in the goddess who sleeps for just a moment. This gives your heart a moment to rest before we make our way up to seated. And it also gives you a bit of a transition. Physical, mental, emotional, energetic transition from your practice to the rest of your day. Begin to pressure yourself up into any comfortable seat that you like, whatever feels nice to you. Sit with the straightest spine possible, shoulders soft away from the ears, and then bring the knife edge of the hands together, creating a gratitude garden inside your palms. With your eyes closed, envision one thing in your life at least that you are grateful for at this moment in time. planting it like a seed in your garden. Bring your palms together to seal it in. And draw that gratitude into your heart shine. Planting it there. Thank you all for coming in this morning, for sharing your energy and light with me and with each other. May all beings be free of suffering. May all beings know peace. Namaste. Thank you all so much. I hope you